All right. Welcome, everybody, to our season 2 and our first episode, first guest, Connecting Unknown Streamers podcast. You know what this is. Blue finds people. I talk to them and make them laugh. He awkwardly interviews them. They tell us all their dirty little secrets, and we share it all with you. That's what we do here. So today we have CheffyJ.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Welcome, if you couldn't just hear how high my voice just got.
How you doing? How you been? How's everything going on your end?
Can't complain. Everything that's going on in the world, I'm happy. I'm healthy. My family is happy and healthy, and that's all that matters.
It's perfect.
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
How are you guys doing?
For the many people who may not know who Miss CheffyJ, could you give a brief introduction of your wonderful self?
Hello, everybody. I am CheffyJ. I'm a Twitch streamer, as you guys probably all know if you're listening to this. I am a variety streamer. I mainly play RPG style games. That's the type of games that I love. Right now I am doing playthroughs of Breath of the Wild, Zelda, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I almost just forgot what I was playing on stream, and I literally played it last night. I stream every Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. EST and every Tuesday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. EST.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hey, before we go any further,
everybody immediately check her out.
Yes, check Saturday, Sunday, be there. Hey, before we go any further, why Cheffy?
For those of you who do not know me, I am a chef in real life. My birth name, my real life name is Jessica. So growing up, one of my nicknames was Jessie. And just all of my usernames everywhere, from pretty much anywhere gaming wise, was Cheffy, because it was just kind of like a mix of Jessie and Chef. And unfortunately, Cheffy was taken on Twitch. So I was trying to figure out a good way to incorporate. I still wanted it to be Cheffy, so I was going back between a whole bunch of things. I was like, Ms. People actually in RD's stream were trying to help me out, and they're like, "Oh, you should do Cheffy D, Cheffy Disc," and people are like, "Oh,
Disc."
Disc. My last name is Diskin. So like one of my nicknames growing up too was like J Disc. But a lot of people said like Ms. Jessie, and it took like 2 weeks for me to figure out my Twitch name, and all I had to do was just add a J at the end of it. So that's how CheffyJ was born.
2 whole weeks.
Oh, that confused me.
2 weeks.
Sometimes.
I was trying to figure it out. I thought she had a cookbook on disc or something. I didn't know what was. I was like, you have a cookbook on disc? Why are we doing
Cheffy Disc?
Plus, it made me laugh because when you put Cheffy in and it was like, oh, it's taken. Do you want to put like Cheffy 0273841? You're like, no.
And that was a huge thing. Like, I wanted something original. I didn't want to have numbers put at the end of it. I even tried. I hate doing this, but I even tried changing the E to like a 3, and that was taken. In my head, when I saw that it was taken, I was like, "Oh, thank God! I really didn't have that."
It's like I didn't have to live with it. Thank you. Good God, it was so close, so close.
It was very close. But I'm glad I ended up going. When I typed CheffyJ in, and then I went to go hit enter for it to like let me know if it was taken or not, I was just like holding my breath a little bit, saying a little prayer, and I was like, please, 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 please. I've already spent 2 weeks trying to figure this out.
Yeah, that's too funny. Yeah. But at least it got through, Miss CheffyJ was born. Speaking of that wonderful board behind you, how you do that?
So This actually turned out way better than I ever imagined. I had this kind of little vision in my head, and I live in an apartment, so obviously I can't have real wallpaper and I can't paint the walls. So I was looking at a whole bunch of. My style is very like modern, minimalistic, with like rustic. I grew up in the country. I'm a country girl at heart. And I just kind of was like Googling peel and stick wallpaper. And I saw that and I was like, okay, cool. I can work with that. And then this kind of all came about. And I actually just changed my lights today. I'm really excited because I wonder if I can show you
Yeah.
right here. I have it so it changes to alerts, so I can set different colors so it can flash different colors whenever anybody follows me. I can make it different for subs. Let me
for all our
see.
epileptic watchers, please beware.
It doesn't flash like that bad. But let's. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna. Oh, you know what? It's probably not going to because I'm using my webcam for this, and then Streamlabs.
Oh yeah.
But it's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When do I get mine? Huh?
I'll send you. I'll think of something in my head and I'll draw it out for you.
Cool.
It might not be that great of a drawing. You might be a stick figure.
It's fine.
But
it's fine.
I'll make it so my vision gets through, and I'll send you all.
It's cool.
Stuff.
No, just send the bill to Blue. I'll give you his address afterwards.
You cost me so much as is.
I know. So
so much.
You'll be right.
That's where all the talent is.
Yeah,
right over there.
Look, see all the cabinets behind them? Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing. Yeah. New house.
See,
who this?
Yeah, that's again.
So what he did?
Because I have to afford you.
He moved in, and then he got this new house, and then everybody called him. He's like, "New house, who this? I don't know who you are, people. I don't know."
Yeah, I can only do so much. I can only ignore so many. Yeah.
Oh man.
But that is wonderful, though. So now, Miss CheffyJ, what's next on the agenda?
Wait.
What you got going?
Wait.
Oh.
You know what? There's an icebreaker game we haven't done with her yet. So, Cheffy, there's another new thing we do. We do 2 truths, 1 lie. And you have to tell us 2 truths and 1 lie, and then we'll put a Twitter poll up and everybody has to guess the lie.
Oh, I like this. I like this a lot.
So.
Okay. Oh God. This is like I wasn't prepared for this.
Why is the hardest part about this game is telling the 2 truths though? That's the thing.
Right. You'd be like, I can tell lies all day. Wait a minute. What's true about it?
Okay, so 2 truths and 1 lie. Oh, I gotta like think of something good.
Right.
I met Draco Malfoy. I met Guy Fieri at the Kentucky Derby, and oh God. I completely annihilated my wrist snowboarding.
Snowboarding?
Shit.
Snowboarding.
That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I was like, God, two truths and a lie? What?
Right. Yeah, that's tough. I've had to do mine. I was like, oh God.
Man.
2 truths, 1 lie.
I just have to go on Twitter and put mine in, I guess. Man, I want to guess now.
You can't.
You can guess now, and I can just tell you I cannot say if you're right or wrong.
Right, exactly. I know.
Officially, I'm saying it's Draco Malfoy is the lie. That's what I'm gonna go with.
I would agree with that answer.
The Guy Fieri one, I completely believe. Like, there's no way I could be like, no, that's not true. Like you're a chef.
I'll tell you guys if
After.
you're right or wrong after.
That'd be cool. That'd be shit. Stop recording. No, just like
Right,
no.
exactly. Now everybody who's actually watching and listening, they'll have to figure it out. Be like, fuck.
Icebreaker backfire. We're done.
But the podcast is done. Let's go.
Oh man.
But that's awesome. Number one. Bro.
Yeah.
Do you have a question for Cheffy
Oh yeah, I do.
that you may remember?
Yeah, I do. So, you're a chef. So I want to know, do you have any weird food combinations that you enjoy to either make or eat or whatever?
The only one I can really think of, and it's not something that I eat on a daily basis. I
Every
don't
other
even
day.
know the last time I actually ate it. But whenever, and this is what I tell whenever anybody asks me this question. This is always my response. I have this very, very, very like clear memory that comes to mind of me and one of my best friends in high school, and we were at my mom's house, and we were hungry, so we were kind of just rummaging through trying to find something to eat, and we opened the fridge and we see pepperoni slices, just like the super thin, like the ones you would throw on top of a pizza.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, cool. And we see whipped cream. And I don't know what possessed us to do this. Out of all the things in the refrigerator, we grabbed whipped cream and pepperoni slices. But we put the whipped cream on the pepperoni slice and ate it, and it was actually quite delicious. And
Actually,
I mean, being a chef, in my back of my head, it makes sense because sweet, spicy, like go together, and sweet and salty go really well together. And just the thought of just that is the first thing that we grabbed out of. I'm sure my mother had a lot more stuff in the fridge for us to eat other than pepperoni and whipped cream. But we grabbed pepperoni and whipped cream.
So did you like take all the pepperoni, stuff it in your mouth, and whipped cream it? And
No, we just kind of like put a little bit of whipped cream on top and made like almost like a little sandwich, like a pepper whipped cream, like almost like an Oreo, but instead of
little s'mores
cookie,
and shit?
it was pepperoni.
I have so many questions though, because like pepperoni's a snack on its own. So you just grab pepperoni, you're like, I need something with it.
Yeah,
This is
like
not...
I'm sure my mom had cheese, and I'm sure my mom has crackers, because that is like one thing. Cheese and crackers to me is like I love cheese and crackers. If
Oh yeah.
I go to a party and there's cheese and crackers, you need to just like
That's where you're
keep
at.
me away from the table, because I will eat all of the cheese and crackers. And so I know my mom most likely had cheese, and I know for a fact we always had crackers. But instead of grabbing
But today,
cheese,
Not the
we
same.
grabbed whipped cream.
That's awesome.
And I mean,
pepperoni
we were-
whipped cream.
stupid 16-year-olds.
So approximately when might have been the last time you ate this snack last night? This same pepperoni whipped cream.
Honestly, probably like the last time I had it was probably like 8 years ago, I would say.
It's been a while.
But you're going to be like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It was good.
I'm actually gonna have some tonight.
That's the way to do
It's
it,
just like calling my name in the fridge right now.
Mhm.
right? Man, but at least, I mean, it's not too bad. Are you still friends with this?
Oh
What did
yeah.
You say with a cousin or your best friend?
It was my best friend growing up. Yes, still very. I had my like 4 core group of girlfriends, and I've known one of them. She's been my best friend since I was 4 years old. We've been best friends for 24, 25 years
Oh, wow.
now. And then my other best friend I've known since I was like in 3rd grade. I've known her forever. And then my Lindsay, who I had the pepperoni with, she moved here when I was in 7th grade, and we've been friends ever since.
Nice.
Awesome.
One of those, like,
Especially
just little,
if you can
like,
get the core.
we were our own little clique. We weren't the popular girls. We weren't, like, the unpopular girls. We kind of just, like, were our own thing and got along with everybody.
Nice.
Good. Yeah. It's not easy to do that, so.
Yeah.
Do you do
No.
Do you do catering?
I guess I used to. I mean, I would have done it this year. I do a lot of freelance work for a company called Levy Restaurants. I got with them when I was in culinary school. The school I went to does a Kentucky Derby internship, and I requested you actually had to like go through interview process and stuff like that, and I got it the first year that I went, and
Nice.
so I went down to there. It's honestly it's my favorite thing to look forward to every year. It's just so much fun. The amount of like people I get to meet in the industry, the amount of connections I get to make there is just absolutely insane. And so then I did that, and I ended up I'm the first turn sweets chef there. My sweets are what they call the Beast. They build these sweets for the Kentucky Derby, just for the Kentucky Derby, and then they tear them down. And they're 3 stories tall.
Whoa.
Each, there's about 5. My first year there were 7 suites, and they've slowly like downgraded them, but they've made the suites themselves bigger to hold more people. So the last year I did it was 5. They build it just for the Derby, and they take it down after. That's why they call it the Beast. But there's 3 levels. So the first level, mind you, I walk up a lot of stairs. A lot of stairs. And the first floor is like lobby kind of hangout area. Then the second floor is where the buffet is. And then they have a rooftop. They have a rooftop bar. And it's
Wow.
just really cool. I've gotten to watch the Derby the past 3 years. I've been asked back every year. My second year of school, I still had to like go through the internship process, and the chef that I worked for couldn't make it up for the interviews because they actually bring the chefs up from Kentucky to interview the students.
Oh wow.
And so they sent another one of the chefs up, and he called me in, and I sat down, and he goes, so yeah, I was told that you're awesome, and you're coming back. And he's just like sat there, and like we bullshitted for a little bit, and then I graduated, and I was asked back as an actual just chef freelance. So that meant I got paid a lot more than a measly student intern. And the one thing I love about it so much is I work in the same kitchen every year. But the past year, not 2020, because obviously COVID didn't happen. But 2019, I get to work in the same kitchen as the school, Schenectady Community College, that I went to. So I get to kind of be there for the students and kind of help them out and show them like, hey, I was in your position. I was you last year. And now I'm being, they pretty much told me stayed longer. Normally it's a week, but since I wasn't a student and didn't have to go back, I stayed for 2 weeks through Mother's Day, which was absolutely insane. And I was basically told that I am in it for life. That they will keep asking me back every year as long as I was supposed to go back last year, and then unfortunately COVID hit. But it's definitely opened a lot of opportunities in my world of traveling and just kind of like going to all these big sporting events and hang. Like, who can say they've watched the Kentucky Derby 3 times?
Right? You plan on going back next year?
If it's if it's going, I'm not sure what, I haven't heard. Normally it's around this time of year I hear from the chef, but I know they ran it in last September, but obviously no spectators, so I don't even know if they really know what's gonna be happening.
Right.
And it may be that if they do it, they're only gonna limit the amount of spectators, so they might honestly not have to, because I mean the Kentucky Derby is such a huge event. It's
Huge event.
massive.
Yeah.
So obviously they bring in a bunch. There's a bunch of other schools that do the internship for front of the house, and they bring in so many freelance chefs. They may not have to bring in any of us because they're not going to be expecting like hundreds of thousands of people.
Right.
The kitchen that I work out of, we feed my suites, another suite called Citation, and then we do an all-you-can-eat buffet for section 110, which is the grandstand section. It's like $5,000 a seat.
Jesus.
I was gonna say I need
because
that
you get all-you-can-eat buffet, free drinks. It's all you can drink. Drinks are completely like in your thing, and we normally, out of just our kitchen alone, feed roughly 100,000 people on Kentucky Derby Day alone. It's the amount of food is just insane. We do like 2,500 pounds of chicken, 2,500 pounds of turkey. We did like 3,000 pounds of shrimp and grits. It's just,
man,
I've never seen so much food in my whole entire life.
That's wild. Yeah, it's crazy.
That many people that like shrimp and grits. Good Lord.
It's absolute. And the worst part is this past year, it's the first time that I actually stayed for cleanup for the Derby, and the amount of food that is thrown out is anything that's opened they have to throw out. But any boxes of goods that aren't perishable, or even if they are perishable but can stay refrigerated and are unopened, like the box is completely sealed, they donate a lot of that to homeless shelters and soup kitchens and stuff like that across Louisville, Kentucky. But for the most part, because a lot of the stuff is opened, unfortunately, it just has to, like, I think I have a Snapchat video from 2 years ago of us just like in this dumpster. We just have all of these boxes around us, and we're just like throwing it all in the dumpster.
Yeah, that's tough.
Insane. It hurts my heart a little bit, just throwing away so much food.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, they make it's millions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
Millions of dollars off of this event. It's insane.
So now that you're in for life, right? Yeah, I expect you to call them up and be like, all right, stay with me now, but I have an idea for an appetizer. Okay, take pepperoni.
Take a pepperoni.
Just saying.
Pepperoni and whipped cream. It's about as gourmet as you can get.
A little toothpick. There you go.
Yeah. Put a little bit of mint on top just to add a little bit of garnish.
Yeah. Just sprinkle it on. Just enough.
Just saying, it'll be a hit.
I do have a question for you. So you said you were talking about Assassin's Creed. So obviously when you were streaming, I know personally that you played the Odyssey. That was your first, hit to fame. Can you tell us a little bit of background on the Assassin's Creed piece, and then how you got into Valhalla?
So when I first started streaming, I was kind of going through what games I was playing, and I really wanted to start a game that I had never played before on stream. And I was kind of going through Steam and just kind of checking out a whole bunch of stuff, and I saw that Assassin's Creed Odyssey was on sale, which I was like, score, sale. But I had never played an Assassin's Creed game before, and I've heard great things about the franchise, I guess you would say. And I've heard great things about Odyssey, and it was just one of those things that I just never played, which I would say a lot. I'm like, I can't believe I've never played this game. It's what I love in a game. It's RPGs are my thing. And so I didn't have like I knew nothing about Assassin's Creed, absolutely nothing. So going into it, all I had known was like a lot of people loved it, so I didn't really have that much of an expectation for it. And the second I was maybe like 5 minutes into the game, and I just fell so completely in love with it. There would be days where I would all day at work I'd be like, I just want to go home and play Assassin's Creed. Like I just want to play this game. The storyline was amazing. I've always been a fan of Greek mythology, and there's very much that in Odyssey. And especially when I dove into the DLCs, the Odyssey DLCs are honestly the best DLCs I have ever played in a video game my entire life. They, especially the Atlantis one, they do the scenery so right in Assassin's Creed, and even in Valhalla, like this just like the world itself is so visually stunning. It's just, you get distracted. I'll be like, oh, especially when you get to those like synchronization points, and it's like the fast travel, and they kind of take you around a 360 of where you are. There would be times where I was just absolutely blown away. I love the game.
Real fast, for if listeners have no idea what Assassin's Creed is or what Odyssey is, can you give a real quick rundown?
Not the podcast for them, I don't think. They don't know what Assassin's Creed.
Basically, it's like the closest like game that I could kind of describe it as would be like Skyrim. It's just open world, and it has a storyline. You kind of just go through, and it's dated back in when like the Greek, Romans, and Athenians were fighting, and kind of go through, and you have to pretty much assassinate everybody, which is fun. But I have my play style for games is very much like gung ho, like let's go in and just kill everybody. Facts. I'm not good at being stealthy whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't until kind of the end of my playthrough, when I was getting towards the end of the game, that I kind of like really got into and getting somewhat good at being stealthy and actually being able to sneak up on people and assassinate them. And I mean, that's why I love, I don't know if I love Valhalla more than Odyssey. It's kind of that like, Valhalla's like here and Odyssey's kind of like right here. It's really close. I think I love the storyline of Odyssey a lot more than Valhalla, and that's why I still like Odyssey better. And Valhalla I didn't have that first reaction to Valhalla as I did with Odyssey. And I think it's my own fault, because I hyped the game up so much, thinking that it was going to be pretty much Assassin or Odyssey, but with Vikings. Right. And it wasn't Odyssey that. 2.0. And it's nowhere near a bad game. I love the game. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. It's just, it's very different than Valhalla. And I didn't think it was going to be that much different.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
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 Now, I do have a random little news clip that I had heard via Valhalla.
Okay.
Don't know if you're aware, but
okay.
So people were playing Valhalla and playing it offline. Just basically no internet, whatever. When they did that, 3 new abilities showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I read about that.
So I think one was a bear, wolf ability, and something else.
Raven?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yes.
the skill trees. So with Odyssey, it was Hunter, Warrior, Assassin. That was what the skill tree. So obviously, Assassin, Stealth, Warrior was Warrior, and Hunter was obviously Hunter. And with Valhalla, what they did was they took pretty much that skill tree, the Hunter, Warrior, Assassin, but turned it Viking style. So Warrior is bear in Valhalla. Hunter is wolf in Valhalla, and then Raven is assassin in Valhalla. I believe I got that right.
What? What? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand why
Bear,
they chose
Raven,
a
wolf.
Raven for assassin.
Bear, Raven, wolf.
Caw-caw. Oh, I wouldn't just to make noise.
Caw-caw. Flap arms, bro. Flap arms. I
Right.
forgot that part.
Caw-caw.
Yeah, but apparently when they did that, this just recently happened. Um, there is a lot of new skills that go with both the bear, raven, and wolf.
I'm
as far
gonna
as that's
have to
concerned.
look this up.
Yeah,
I'm very intrigued now. I didn't even know you could play it offline.
yeah.
But I mean,
So-
I'm not surprised I didn't know. I know offline.
Yeah, so it looks like they were giving additional skill trees for each of those, and 2 new roles also. So yeah,
That's insane, though. That you get more skill, because the skill tree in Valhalla is absolutely insane. I don't know if you've seen any like screen grabs of it, but it's huge. It is huge. And so with Odyssey, it was like basic leveling. So the highest level you could go was 99, I believe. And with Valhalla, it's power level. So your power level is your level, but it also determines like how strong your power level over the world is. So each like unexplored area on your map has like a recommended power level. So the highest power level you could go in Valhalla is 400. And each level you don't level up like it does. So you get 2 points every time you level up. So you get 2, you go up 2 power levels every time you
Gotcha.
level up.
gotcha.
So you can unlock, whereas Odyssey, I don't know if you could unlock everything in your skill tree.
Yeah, I don't know.
With Valhalla, you can unlock every single option in this skill tree. So there's 400 options on the skill tree, and a couple more apparently.
Yeah,
But it's
apparently.
the skill tree for Valhalla. Like it's very overwhelming. I was kind of and it's not like your typical like up and down like row. It's like branches
Everywhere.
of a tree. It just kind of like
Oh,
it's almost like a constellations. It just kind of like goes back and forth, and then it has like little like, okay, you unlocked 0.5 more stealth or something like that, but in it, each little like bracket, it has an actual ability that you could unlock. So like this like really ridiculous, I think it's Warrior Takedown it's called, but pretty much I like leap in the air and just absolutely smash somebody in the face with a couple axes.
okay.
It's my favorite one.
That's-
So just keep smashing them. You don't mind. Yeah, that's crazy though.
It's my nightmare.
There's not many larger games that do that large of skill trees.
It's I've never seen I personally have never played a game with a skill tree as complex as Valhalla has made it. They really, as much as Ubisoft sucks at launching a game,
That's a true thing.
when the patches come out for it and the game starts work or playing as it was intended to be played, they make some of the best games I've ever played. I'm actually playing a game off of stream right now. It's like a mix between Breath of the Wild and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it's called Immortals: Phoenix Rising. It just recently came out. But I'm just it was literally what I was just playing when you guys called. Yeah. But I can't stop. That's all I've been playing all week. I can't stop playing it. I'm having so much fun. And it's a little cheesy, but it's got all of the things that I loved about Assassin's Creed. It's very heavy in the mythology, but it's more cartoon-like graphics. It's not, I guess, real world or 3D, whatever they call it, real or live action, or whatever it's called, graphics. The cutscenes are kind of cheesy, but I like cheesy. But I mean,
he's like, I don't know, whatever the fuck it's called.
Whatever it's called, I don't know. It's a running joke in my stream that I can't English.
Yeah.
So
I mean, words are hard.
I make up a lot of words and I make a lot of very weird sounds.
Yeah. As long as you're saying with confidence, they're like, oh, I didn't know that word before. I'll have to look it up later. They'll forget.
I just have like a dictionary next to me that I just add things in. I'm like, see, it's in the dictionary.
It's like, is that handwritten?
No, as I pull it a little bit further away from the camera.
Yeah. That works though. But yeah, that's something that you could definitely check out when next time you're playing.
I might be checking it out after. Well, I'm going to be Googling it after we get done here.
Exactly.
I'll have to.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I'll have to. I have this one. One of my. I met him through my stream. His name is Crazed, and he has just been. He is an Assassin's Creed encyclopedia. He is why I got through Odyssey. He is why I'm getting through Valhalla right now. I'm gonna have to ask him if he's heard about that. I'd be shocked if he didn't, but if he did and he didn't tell me, I'm gonna be a little mad at him.
In trouble. He could be like, I was going to tell you. I promise. Wait. Don't get mad. Now, as far as your stream sake is concerned, is there anything that you say that you might do a little different, or anything that you try to bring new follows in?
So right now I don't want to just talk about like that everything's going great and my stream's going good and nothing's wrong and I'm having I always have a blast no matter how many views I have. But I definitely feel like right now I am kind of with Odyssey. I've only been streaming for 6 months, I believe. About 6, maybe 7 months. And with Odyssey, I had so much just initial growth that it was absolutely insane. I was getting almost, if not more than 100 followers a month. I was getting like 20 to 30 average views. And when I stopped playing Odyssey and started playing Valhalla, I was also starting Cyberpunk. There was 2 games that I was really excited to play. And I think what the main culprit is obviously they're brand new games. They're very, very, very hyped up games. So everybody and their mother is playing them. So unfortunately, which I do not... I do not blame these people whatsoever. If you want to go watch, I know Tim the Tatman is not playing Valhalla or Cyberpunk, but I would go watch Tim the Tatman play Valhalla or Cyberpunk before coming and watching like me. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of like stepped back away from Cyberpunk. I'm still streaming Valhalla, but right now I'm just kind of trying to find that balance of what are the types of games that people want to see me play and that I'm going to enjoy playing, but also aren't going to be super, super brand new, where I can still bring in a couple followers here and there stream and continue my growth. And that's one of the reasons why I started playing Breath of the Wild. One, because I saw how much fun RD was having playing it, and I didn't really watch. I don't know a lot of what goes on in Breath of the Wild. I'd never played it before. I've only watched a little bit of what he did, but he just had an absolute blast playing Breath of the Wild. So I was like, okay, like, why don't I? It's something that I've been wanting to play Breath of the Wild. Like, why not give it a go? And I have noticed that it has been bringing in, I've been getting better views and stuff like that. But I don't know, I'm just kind of trying to find my little niche, I guess you would call it. Kind of try to find that balance of, I don't want to compromise who I am as a person and be somebody that I'm not, just to bring in followers as well. Because a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you just act like this certain way and act like that? And I'm like, because that's not me. Right. I'm already very socially awkward, and I'm already can't speak English. If I try to be anything other than what I am going to epically fail. And I mean, a lot of people love that about me. I mean, like I said, it's a very, very running joke about that I can't do English. But but two, I'm just also like, I changed up my lights to get a little bit more interaction. So the lights not only change with somebody followed or bit alerts or anything like that. Chat can actually type in a command, whatever color that's set. I think you can do like aqua, purple, pink, green, blue, whatever. If you type that into chat, it'll change the color of my lights. And if you type in like ! flash, it'll flash certain colors. So just kind of bringing in more interactive ways for my viewers to not only connect with me, but also connect with my stream and have more fun than just kind of sitting there and watching me play.
So they try to strobe light you.
No.
Like,
I'm going to go into her thing and be like, command epilepsy. Oh, they work.
There is a cooldown. I made sure to put a cooldown on, so just everybody's just like blue, purple, yellow, green, blue, purple, yellow, green.
She's like, "Oh God, I don't know what's going on behind me, but yeah."
You need to start your stream with it flashing and play Kanye West all of the lights at the same time.
Oh my God!
Right.
I've also been I've been doing it for a while now. I have a channel point reward. I do Bean Boozled. My viewers love it. Sometimes I get the good beans, sometimes I get the bad beans. If you don't know what Bean Boozled is, basically there's a bunch of flavors, and each flavor has a good flavor and a bad flavor. So there was like, you could get berry blue, but berry blue is also the same color as it could be toothpaste. I actually have it right in front of me.
Wait a minute.
There's birthday cake or dirty dishwater. There's peach or barf. Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks, coconut or spoiled milk, toasted marshmallow or stink bug, chocolate pudding or canned dog food, buttered popcorn, rotten egg, juicy pear or booger, and strawberry banana smoothie and dead fish.
Oh.
You know what the bad thing about that is? It's the yellow one that's the popcorn and the egg.
So
those are both awful.
I don't know if you can see it. So, like, these are two of the brown beans. They could either be, it could be either chocolate pudding or canned dog food. Like, they look exactly the same.
What?
And so, like, each one has its match. I think this one's pear or booger. It's the worst one out of them all is the dirty dishwater. It literally, like, it's what I imagine somebody has a garbage disposal if they just threw like a bunch of soap and dirty water with a bunch of just vegetables in and just pureed it up, and I just sat there and drank it out of a straw. That is what I imagine. That is what it tastes like.
It's awful.
It's terrible. What? People love it.
Sounds like a great time.
What sick person? Who invented these things? What is wrong with you?
Yeah. I,
Yeah, so they
I've
get
had
a
those. Yeah,
they
not
they get a
fun.
kick when I have a bad beam. I also just added sound alerts. They used to just have it as like bits, so like I could set like a jump scare as 50 bits, and it would cost somebody 50 bits to jump scare me. They just added channel points for that as well. So not only can I have set some up as bits, but I can set sound alerts up as channel point redemptions. So I basically have they're all different from each other. So the bits ones aren't the same as the channel point ones, but I have like a jump scare in my channel point ones. I have the Mario death because like at any time I die, that's a great one to play. I have like another death one I can't think of, but people have been loving that recently. I just added that last week or earlier this week. So
That's
I'm just trying to
awesome.
find like different ways to interact with my viewers and not just sit there and talk to them and have them watch
right.
me.
Now, I know I haven't asked, but as far as, I mean, you're damn near 800, like
Mm-hmm.
20 shy. So, how would you feel before the affiliation and or after the affiliation? Do you feel like that initial grind was harder, tougher? Do you find like now that you've been established a bit, trying to keep it going is the hard part? Like, how do you feel?
I think right now it's been harder. Just because that initial with playing Odyssey, and Odyssey had such a huge fan base, and I was bringing in so many followers with Odyssey. So I think it. I mean, being a girl on Twitch obviously helps, unfortunately. um, but I think I hit affiliate maybe. I don't think I was even streaming a month before I
Yeah.
hit affiliate. I think I was streaming maybe it was like 3 weeks, maybe a month, and I hit affiliate. And then it was just like it was kind of like I got to the right when I finished Valhalla, I was kind of at like the top of like just starting streaming, and then I started streaming all the new games, and it's kind of been slowly going down. But now that I'm kind of figuring out what games to play that I'm enjoying playing, it's slowly I right now I feel like I'm very much grinding um to get viewers and followers. Was it was so it was just so weird. And like I don't want to sound like I'm not thankful for the people who are watching me, because I am. I don't care if I have 2 people in my stream. Like just being able to like talk to the community and just share stories, and the amount of Blue, I wouldn't know you if I wouldn't know you guys if I didn't start streaming. Like
Right.
Streaming has just opened up so many friendships to me and just built my confidence up so much. Like I can't imagine, like if you were to have asked me this time last year that you were going to be streaming in front of however many people, I would have been like, no, you're crazy. I'm too socially awkward. I could never stream. And just I'm so thankful for the people who do watch me and who do enter, even if it's just a lurk. Like just the fact that you have me up and you're supporting me, and it just that's all I can ask for. And if for the rest of my streaming career I only have 5 viewers watching me, you know what? I'll be happy, because I've made I've made 800 almost 800 more friends through streaming, and however many more in the future. And I didn't do like the little bit playing video games and just throwing up a webcam and having a little bit extra money come in is great, but I didn't really start this for the money. I was already playing video games, and I saw how much RD's confidence and just how he just shined and kind of came out of his shell when he was streaming, that I was like, okay, maybe streaming can help me come out of my shell a little bit more. And I don't know if I'm any less socially awkward or any more socially awkward than I was before, but I definitely think my confidence has boosted a little bit. And I feel like I'm at a better place than I was before. And not that I was at a bad place before, but I've always struggled with anxiety my whole entire life. And I feel a little bit less anxious after streaming, which I would have never thought in a million years would ever happen, as I was so nervous to actually start streaming.
Yeah. Now, when you, I mean, especially speaking of the anxiety part, like, do you feel once you're in front of the cam and you're actually getting to going and talking and laughing with everyone, that just relieves that same, social stress?
I would say yes. Now, not, I would say like after about 3 months of streaming, it just kind of became like all right, I'm going on streaming. I didn't have any, I mean, there's always a little bit of nerves, like, especially in the beginning, kind of don't know what to say. Like you don't have any followers. So you're like, okay, what do I do? What if nobody's watching me? And kind of just sit there and just kind of explain what you're doing, which I'm just literally just sitting here talking to myself. Nobody else is in the room. So at the beginning, I was very nervous. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know if I was like, what if nobody watches me? What if people don't like, I was one of those people who were like, what if people don't like me? And as my community kind of started to grow, and every time I would stream, I would get a little bit more comfortable on camera. I'd get a little bit more comfortable talking to a webcam and people behind a screen. And I'm at a point now where I would literally be able to just come home from work, sit down, pop open Streamlabs, hit go live, and be ready to go. Yeah.
That's the way to do it, though. Just trying to get that same confidence up, trying to, feel yourself, get everything out, and just enjoy. There's people out there who want to enjoy the same content, like you're giving it to them. So commend you for it.
And I definitely feel like people can tell when you're nervous. And a lot of time, especially when I'm very lucky I've never gotten any like hate on my channel. I've never gotten people have been very, 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 I mean, you get every once in a while I get like a creepy message here and there, but I would say 99.8% of my time on Twitch, everybody that I interact with is just so unbelievably respectful, so unbelievably helpful. Like, I would not be where I am today without the community that I have. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, I literally cannot thank you guys enough. Like, I love them. I know they probably get sick of hearing me say it all the time, that I love them and I thank them all the time. But I wouldn't be here if it were not for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, just for 800 in, all the love for the community, would you ever do partnership? Would you actually go that route?
I think I'm a very long way from partner, but I think I would definitely become a partner. I don't know if I would ever become full-time. I know a lot of people stream to strive to become like super famous Twitch streamers, and like streaming on Twitch is very, 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 very hard to like make a career out of.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like very hard. And it's not, as much as I love video games and I love streaming, I don't think I could make it I don't think I could ever go full time, just because I love my real life job. I love being a chef so much. I love working with food. I can't sit in a chair for 8 hours a day. It's really hard. I'm very fidgety. I'd probably have been going like this whole entire interview. I need to be, I'm very much just like, I need to be up and going. And I don't think that I could ever, I've been in a kitchen. I say I've been in a kitchen since I was 2 years old. I have a whole family of either chefs or at-home cooks, and just I grew up in the kitchen with my grandmother, and it's just something that I'm so fortunate to have a job where I love going to work every day. Yeah, there's some really tough days, but I love my job. I love the people I work with. I love getting to work with food every day. I love the creative aspect of it. And it's my passion. And it's not something I could ever imagine giving up for playing video games. As much as I love playing video games.
Sick.
Partner, yes. I would totally do partner. But like stopping to do full time, I don't think I could do that.
I feel you though. Bro.
Yep.
Want to do me a favor?
No. Sorry.
Not even a little favor?
No. What's up?
Would you love to explain to our wonderful audience some more new shit that we got?
Oh, yeah. So we got a rapid fire round now.
Ooh.
Because clearly she hasn't been asked enough questions. So.
None. Not from you. Not from you.
I'm not the interviewer here. The comic relief. This is all I am. This is fine. So we got like 13 to 14, 15 questions, something like that. I put a minute on the clock.
Ooh.
And
Got you.
see how many you answer. And they're fun questions too. So.
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this, but I'm ready. I'm excited.
That's what we like. You got the minute?
Yep.
Ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
Yep.
Set. I don't know what to say. You do it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Stewart's mint cookie crumble.
Nice. Say a word in Spanish.
Hola.
Do you believe in fate?
Yes.
Favorite number?
11.
Who has it easier, men or women?
Men.
Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Absolutely.
Oh. Name a primate besides monkeys and apes.
A lemur.
Why can't we tickle ourselves?
Because it's not as funny when you do it yourself than when somebody else does it.
What does a person need to be happy?
Family.
Is there such thing as objective beauty?
Yes.
What's the best age?
26.
If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you accept?
Yes.
Wrong. Is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
Depends where the party's at. If it's with a family, yes. If it's at a stranger's house,
It's a pandemic out here. Ain't no double dipping nowhere.
Time. How many more? How many did you get through?
13.
13.
13.
13 for 13.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Very nicely done.
That's
Nicely
fun. I
done.
really liked that.
It's a high bar.
Nicely done.
That was
High.
I like that. Those were some good questions. I have to say, what was this, marsupial?
Yeah, no,
Mammal?
primate.
Primate. Marsupial. What is
It's
marsupial?
like one of these things.
And I like the Voldemort question. Huge Harry Potter nerd.
Yeah, you got that one
Harry
wrong.
Potter.
So
Okay. No. All right. Yes, I hate Voldemort. He is an evil, evil man. He is terrible. But don't tell me that if you just saw Voldemort just walking down the street and he offered you a hug that you would say no. I mean, it's a celebrity. It's freaking Voldemort. Maybe I would punch him in the face after. But I mean, I would be able to say that I hugged Voldemort.
I mean, if it was Ralph himself, yeah. But if he's dressed up as Voldemort, I'm like, bro, I don't think that's the. I don't think that's. Sorry.
Maybe not now with the whole pandemic. I'd say no, but
What if Voldemort had a mask though?
I'd give him one of those like elbow high fives. Just give him the elbow.
Yep.
Yeah. That works though.
I don't like the order of like this one. It was like, is there such a thing as objective beauty? And you answer it, and it's like, what's the best age? You're like, wait a minute, what are we talking about here? Best age for objective beauty? What's going on here?
I was just throwing out random stuff at that point. But I played softball, so I wore socks and sandals a lot.
So, I don't understand
Like,
that.
What happened to the cleats though? Like what? You just took them
before
off?
before you put the cleats on, you're kind of just like walking around, like just kind of hanging out on the bench before, and
In sandals?
you have your Adidas slides, and then our high socks. It was at least a thing when I was in high school.
We'll accept it. The slides will accept it. Ooh.
We weren't wearing like flip flops,
Right.
sandals with socks. That's a no. But I consider Adidas slides sandals.
Yeah, technically they're so
So-
too.
The toe sandal thing.
Flip flop.
The flip flops.
Yeah. So you can tell I don't wear that shit. But, socks, yay, nay.
With flip flops, no.
Mm-hmm. Ever.
No. It's like uncomfortable. I don't even know how I used to wear. Do you remember when toe socks were a thing?
Yes.
Those socks are a thing.
I don't know how. I think I had like a couple pairs. I don't know how I wore those. The feeling of just stuff in between my toes now. Just I hate feet. I despise feet.
Me too.
I don't like it. So like, just the thought of just like anything between my toes, it just like weirds me out a little bit. So,
So that's the best kind. Your toes doing this and shit.
I don't want anything between. I don't even like really wear like flip flops ever, just because I don't like that they're in between my toes. I wear just like sandals that have like a strap that look like a slide, but they're just a little bit nicer than wearing an Adidas slide out.
Right. Just barely. So
I got my
there's
fancy
the backstrap.
Adidas
That's all.
slides.
Yeah, it's the backstrap. That's all. But very nicely done. Knocking out
Thank
those
you.
questions.
I'm excited to see what everybody else like has to say in the future interviews.
Absolutely.
Excited.
It's a high bar.
I want to see if anybody can beat me.
Right?
Right?
Come at me, everybody else.
Ooh,
Try to
exactly.
beat
I
me.
love it.
She's calling them out.
Yes.
She said, you can't touch this, motherfucker.
I'm a very competitive person.
Yeah, that's all right.
Very. There was a time that we were at RD's parents' house and we were playing that game Heads Up.
Oh yes.
And RD was, I had it on my head and RD was trying to, or no, it was RD. He was the one who had to guess what it was. And I was just like, I think it was some sort of bird, and it was not, it was like a seahawk or something like that. I don't know. Seagull. It wasn't a seagull. It was some weird bird. And I was just like in his face. Like I would get closer and closer and start yelling. And I'm like, why don't you know this?
I can feel him just like.
Yeah, he literally is just like backing up as I'm getting like closer and just like yelling because I just get so excited. I'm just like, I know it and I don't know how to explain it.
It's like, I don't know words. I can't say this shit.
I can see the time run out
Yeah,
and he
that's too
doesn't
good.
get it and she just throws it down. She's like, God damn it.
It was a penguin. How did you not know?
And then he'll tell you, like, why don't you just say Batman's arch enemy or some shit? Fuck you. No, that's good though. How often do you guys play?
I don't think we've played since then. This was like over the or no. We before like COVID, we had a couple of friends over. We used to do like a game night. We play like Cards Against Humanities. We have a bunch of like card games, board games, and we played Heads Up one time. And or there's like something similar to. There's another game that's I guess similar to Heads Up. It's the same thing. It's just called something else, and yeah, very competitive. Especially when you. I don't drink that much. So I'm like never drunk, but when everybody else gets a little tipsy and they start getting into it is when the fun begins. So we're all just like screaming at each other.
Right.
It's always a good time here. Always a good time.
Said, just get her on your team. You won't lose. So make sure. So make sure.
I wonder if there's like a way to play Heads Up with stream. That would be kind of fun.
Got you.
We just wouldn't be able to do like a timer, because I know Heads Up you have like a timer of what it would be. So if I had like a word and I couldn't see it,
yeah, do it by points, or try to do it,
or maybe
or an extended time.
Yeah, I feel like that would be something fun.
30 seconds, 45. You like, look, you get 2 minutes, damn it.
Just don't mind that it's actually over on the phone. Just keep going, guys.
Right, just keep going. It's fine. We'll get to it. Yeah, you never know. Something to always test out.
I'm going to figure out a way.
Yeah.
It's going to be what I think about all day tomorrow before I go to bed. I'm going to wake up in like the middle of the night, just like wide awake. It's going to be a light bulb went off in my head. I was going to be like, I know. RD's going to wake up and be like, what? And be like, I'm going to play Heads Up on stream.
I got it. Figured the fuck out. Right. Just a little bit of innovation, man. That's all it takes. Something, and then trying to figure out how you can pull it off.
The fire alarm's going to beep at the same time, too.
Yeah. That's going to be my light bulb. Right. The fire alarm going off.
It's the best guy. But you have been fucking wonderful. Thank you for coming through. Everybody, number one, please go check Miss CheffyJ out. She already set the bar high, 13 for 13. Y'all got to come for her. And or she going to be reigning champion and going to knock y'all out again. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
No, might do head-to-head next time. You never know.
Ooh.
If anybody beats me, I want a rematch.
Ooh.
New question.
Done.
Wow.
Done.
Lightning round.
It's going to make that happen.
Whole new game show. Podcast is changing.
Facts. They'd be like, what is this podcast about? We don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, look, we had
it's trivia, bitch.
It's what it is. We will also have on Twitter, definitely go there, see which one was her two truths and a lie. So y'all have to check that out as well.
Like, I'm very excited to see what everybody thinks.
Exactly.
Very hard to come up with on the spot, but I'm very excited to see what everybody thinks.
Exactly. So definitely check that out. We will obviously put your links in the chat. Anyone who wants to support the pod, you can definitely go reach our merch.
Yes.
There's some shit that's new.
Yes, go check it out. They're awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
There you go. Yeah. But we got a little bit of that. So thank you for making time, being able to come through.
No, thank you guys. Thank you so much for doing this. I think it's absolutely awesome what you guys are doing for us little guys and just helping put our names out there. It's just absolutely wonderful. So once again, like I say to all of my followers, thank you guys so much. This was an absolute blast to do.
You're so much fun, Cheffy.
That's what we love to hear. Facts.
Thank you.
It's all his idea. Everything.
No, it's his. Because if it fails, it's not me.
It's not on me.
No.
Right. But thank you again. We like I said, we will definitely be getting in touch with you, especially if somebody's trying to take your crown. Because right now you definitely have set that bar high. So
Yes,
thank you.
if you tell me somebody beats me, you bet your butt I'm going to be on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
If they're
we'll bring you
strictly like,
back.
excuse me, I'm sure that you beat me in the lightning round. I don't think we can have that.
No, not at all. Not today.
Bet. Hey, Cheffy, once again, thank you. You're so much fun. It was a
You
blast. I had
guys.
fun. That's the first episode of season 2, guys.
Thank you, everybody who potentially comes and supports my channel. I hope to see all of you at some point, and I'm really excited to get to know any of you guys who may have never heard of little old me before. I'm always down to make new friends. We have a lot of fun on my channel, so hopefully,
Let them know where they can reach you.
my Twitch is twitch.tv/CheffyJ. I also have Instagram, which I don't really post on a lot, but that is justiskin1. But if you head over to my Twitch and my About Me, I have all the links to all of my social medias.
You guys better
Absolutely.
go check CheffyJ out, or
Thank
else.
you again.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once again for all our regulars, our Cusp family, for tuning into another episode of The Cusp. And if you're new, hey, welcome to our family. We hope you enjoyed yourself. And please remember, rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, please, and I'm begging you, please, go onto our Twitter. We have links for all of our guests. And we also have links to support us, to help us keep this podcast going. Let's keep this movement going. You can reach us at Twitter at @cus_podcast, Instagram, Cus Podcast, CUS Podcast, and YouTube as Connecting Unknown Streamers Podcast. Shoot us an email at cuspodcast@gmail.com. As always, have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. This has been a BB&F production.